Hey gardeners, Lindsay here with the Mindful Living Movement, and today I'm going to be doing some seed saving from a plant that goes by the name of strawberry spinach. It grows in the wild here. It is an annual and it isn't a self-seeding plant, and so it's something that I want to give a forever home to in sort of my perennial space in my garden, even though it's not a perennial, but pretty much wherever you put it, it's going to keep coming back. Now, you can eat the leaves and the berries on it, which is kind of cool. This is already dried out. I've had it sitting for about a month or so, which is not necessary for it to fully dry. I just haven't gotten around to harvesting seeds from it yet. But you do need to give it a good long amount of time because the berries are quite sticky and it's really hard to get the seeds off of the berries when it's still sort of wet, and I was trying to sort of test it out while it was a bit wet, and you can see I've kind of stained everything here. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty simple. I'm pretty much just going to pull all the berries off of the stem itself just to make a little bit quicker work of it and less having to sort of pull all the rest of it off later. I'll give you a close look as well at kind of what this looks like. Now this is the same if you wanted to harvest, say, raspberry seeds or strawberry seeds. Pretty much you could do the exact same thing. So it's not anything too crazy and complicated. So once I have separated, I'm kind of just rubbing it through my fingers a little bit to rub the outside of it, and you can get the seeds to come off. You can see there's loads of seeds that come off of these things. And so once you've done that, you can just kind of just like rub the outside. You'll see they're loaded with seeds. Now, one of the other little tools that I have here is just this super teeny tiny little grater. And I've kind of found that sometimes I can just sort of rub across the top and it helps remove the seeds. It's not going to get all of the seeds, but it definitely sort of speeds things up a little bit. So as you can see, there is lots and lots of seeds that have come off of these guys. There's still lots more on there, but I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of seeds that I've got here for being able to get some going in my garden. And once they're growing, they're just going to keep self-seeding for me, and that is perfect because I would really like to have some of these guys. So another option, take your strainer, throw your berries in and rub them around to get the seeds to release. Hey gardeners, quick pause. There are more exciting things in the works. Would you like to learn how to grow food indoors over the winter? This is something that I absolutely love to do, given that we have pretty long Canadian winters, and kind of helps me sort of keep that gardening vibe going all season long. Plus, if you're a houseplant fanatic like me, growing food indoors is a fantastic way to feed that habit as well. So if you would like to learn about what a good indoor grow setup looks like, how to improve upon yours, how to maybe reuse things you already have inside for turning into a grow setup, if you are interested in finding out which plants are best suited to indoor growing, how grow lights would work, if you really need them, which plants really need grow lights inside,
what happens if bugs show up on your indoor growing setup, how to fertilize the seedlings in the pots, even just ideal pot sizes and space that's needed for what you're growing. There's so much that's going to be packed into a course that I'm developing right now that is an indoor growing, specifically for growing food over the winter time. And also how to seed start. So if you're thinking about next season and all the money that typically can get spent on, you know, buying starter plants, and you'd much rather, ooh, there's a wasp, you'd much rather start seeds indoors yourself, this is a fabulous way to get started with that. It's going to give you everything you need to know to start all the starter plants for your garden if you want to. So there's a link in the bio where you get to join the wait list for when this officially launches. I would also like some feedback from you. What is it that you really, really want to learn about growing indoors? What is like your top 3 favorite plants or biggest questions that you have? Because this is the beta launch, which means there's going to be a select number of people who get to participate in this. There's going to be extra special pricing, and you get to directly give me feedback on what it is that you really want to be learning so that I can develop the best thing for you so you can have all those yummy organic veggies happening all winter long inside your space. So check out that link in the bio and be sure to get on the wait list. Back to the program.
So there you have it, 3 different ways to harvest your strawberry spinach seeds. Oh, I got a buddy, she's trying to help me. To harvest your strawberry spinach seeds, your raspberry seeds, or even just regular strawberries. Rolling them between your fingers works perfectly if you have maybe just a few, that would be a good option. I do really sort of like using the raspy side on this thing just to kind of, it seems to work pretty good, gets most of them off. And then using maybe the little strainer over the bucket as sort of the last. I find that sometimes when they end up rolling around here, they just mush into a little ball, so that's kind of why I like to start with this. One way or another, I like to put them through a wire strainer at the end just to kind of get out all of like the big bits and stuff like that, which doesn't really matter if you end up with like dried leaves and stuff stored in your seeds, but it just kind of cleans them up, and you know, you don't have to put them in quite as big of a package to store them. But yeah, after that, make sure you label. Put the year, put the variety of whatever it is that you're storing, and my assistant here is going to help me, and keep them in a cool, dry place until the next season when you are ready to start planting them. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, gardeners, and we will see you soon. What do you think? This one.